What's up, guys? It's Mike Frank with Berkshire Hathaway, Frank Oliver and Company, coming to you again to talk a little bit today about should you buy your house, your primary residence, your focus of your family and your home in today's market. Before we do that, just want to throw a big shout out to one of our newer agents, Christian Olson. If you haven't met Christian, he's awesome. I know him from my time working in the restaurant industry, and I knew that Christian was going to do really, really well, and he's proving it because 3 weeks into licensing, he just got his first contract accepted. As a matter of fact, it was kind of a funny conversation. He said, hey, the listing agent just sent me the signed contract, and they said, see attached contract. What does that mean? Well, it means you're under contract. So congratulations, Christian. And for Dax and his family, really excited for you guys to get started along the process as well. And we have so much more big stuff coming. Very excited for you guys to look towards the future. All right. So here's the big question. Should you buy in a market like today? Should you buy your primary residence in a market that might be considered a seller's market, right? The long and the short of it is, yeah, you shouldn't let the market trends stop you from living your life. Ultimately, you have to do the best thing for you and for your family. And if that means finding a bigger home, finding a better community, or moving across town for that job that you've always wanted, now's the time to do it. Because now's the time for those things. Not because the market is great, seller's market, buyer's market, good equity, bad equity. It's the time for you and for your family. And so that's the key for your housing and all of your needs, to stop living by trends and start living your life, right? At the end of your day, your primary residence is not just an investment, it's also your home. But let's talk a little bit about investment, right? The market is always changing. It's going up, it's going down. We're getting higher equity and lower equity. We're buying with lower interest rates and higher interest rates. And there's a lot of things that are going to change about the equity and the value in your home. So what you might want to consider is, now today's market might be considered a seller's market by some people. Other people might consider it an opportunity market, where my brother purchased a home in January. And if you know anything about my family going on, it was a big impact on our home for our family to buy a house at the top of the market, or what was concerned to be the top of the market. And my brother will tell you first that houses in his neighborhood are selling for almost 10% more than what he paid for it 6 months ago. Now, that's a great impact for him. And people out there are saying, well, I don't want to buy in such a crazy market. Well, he could turn around and sell it for a profit in 6 months. So there's doubters and there's people that are going to take advantage of the opportunity, right? We call them early adopters and the late bloomers, right? So the early adopters are the ones that are going to get the most out of this market. And if you haven't yet considered it, or you're still thinking about it might not be the right time because it's a seller's market, you might be sitting on equity that you're missing and failing to take opportunity for you and for your family. So as the market makes adjustments, nobody knows when things are going to change, right? Different websites, different so-called YouTube streamers, and people that are bringing a lot of value to the world say that it's going to happen, well, yesterday. I'll never forget 4 years ago, they talked about how the housing bubble was coming. We've never had more than a 9-year bear market, bull market, in the real estate industry in the history of America. 9 years was the longest we've ever been. So it's coming. Mike, get ready and prepare your clients. Well, I did. And I did. But I didn't sit up here and talk to you guys about how the market is going to turn and how terrible it's going to be and sell your house now while you have equity, because I just don't believe that. I believe that the market's going to make a shift when the market makes a shift. And it's our job to protect our clients, protect their investment, and create the opportunity for their future goals. So now 4 years later, the market continues to grow, and people are still doubting the opportunity that's present in the market. Right? You can either listen to the media, you can listen to the websites, you can listen to the people that are online talking about how terrible the market is, or you can take the opportunity to protect yourself and put your family into a position to move forward. Now, in the end of the day, more than likely, you're going to plan on living in your house for more than 5 years, maybe even 20 or 25. And just think about that for a second. What is the market going to do over 20 years' time? Even if we have a crash tomorrow, 20 years from now, it's going to be worth more than it is today. So I had this conversation with another member of my family just yesterday. You can stay living in your rental for $2,000 a month and pay your landlord $24,000. Or you could take a risk and a gamble buying that $400,000 or $500,000 house that, yes, might lose value over the next month or two or year or 2 or 5. But in 20 years, when they go to sell that home, it's going to be worth significantly more. So is that $24,000 that you're going to waste on rent worth your stress and frustration? Now, let's focus a little bit on those sellers that might be thinking about liquidating that rental asset that they have. Well, where are they going to go? What are they going to do with that money? Especially when it comes tax season, what are you going to do with your investment? Again, you could sell your house really quickly right now, but it's about the objectivity of it. Is it the right thing for you and for your family? Is this the right opportunity for you to make that transition and liquidate that asset? Because if you sell your investment property or you sell your primary residence, it's going to impact your long-term goal. And that's where you have to start. You have to figure out what's your long-term goal. Does it make sense to approach the market right now? And certainly taking advantage of a great market is something a lot of our clients are doing. But if it's not right for you, don't jump in the deep end with nothing ready, right? We want to get you guys to a position where the market does not push you to make the wrong decision at the wrong time or prevent you from making the right decision at the right time in the same market. We want to make sure that you guys have the education and the knowledge to approach the situation in a position that you could protect yourself, your family, and look at it from your eyes, not the eyes of the media and the market as it's driving, right? Pretend like you're your family, your kids, your neighbors, right? Look at your animals. I mean, all of these impacts have a big impact on your life. And these are the things that you should be considering as you're thinking about entering into a great market. Now, buying a house is hard enough. And if you want to stress about global and economic world, that's more than welcome. But if you come to me and you want to stress about the global and economic world, I'm going to tell you to focus on yourself. Let's look at that part of the business. Let's look at that part of the puzzle. Because ultimately, when you do the right thing for you and your family, win money, lose money, make money, dry money, doesn't matter to me. You're going to feel better about it in the long run. And your primary residence is first and foremost your home. The trends and the market aren't going to change that. They're not going to create more value behind it. If you can't live life worried about things, you can't live life worried about things beyond your control. You just have to take a deep breath, move forward, and do what makes you happy with the people that you love. When you're ready to take the next steps in buying property, of course, always DM, PM, or subscribe to the link below. We look forward to chatting with you guys real soon and hopefully bringing a lot of value to yourself and for your family. As always, talk to you next week, and we'll see you real soon. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe for weekly content. Also, check out our social media pages. The links are in the description below. See you next week.